welcome into your reading. This is for January of 2025. Happy New Year. Hope you all are doing amazing. You do have a couple cards out already. You have the Amethyst card of meditation, as well as the Tear from the Archetypes deck by Kim Kranz. So it's a lot of purple coming through in this reading, which is great. I think that purple is a really calming color, especially for you ruled by the planet of Venus. There's a sense of royalty or higher status associated with purple, but it's also a color or an energy of spirituality. And then with the amethyst as well, right? So I don't know, some of you are wearing amethyst. If you're not, something is saying for you to gravitate toward that stone in the month of January so you can really calm down and connect to the spiritual. The Tear is telling me that you have something to be sad about or that you have something to cry about here. There is a sense of vulnerability. There's a sense of being human and being, emotional. I don't know if there are people or there is someone, I'm feeling people or at least a person in your environment that is going to be there for you to allow you to cry on their shoulder. And I do think that you're going to be a little vulnerable in front of them, which I know is not something that you are very comfortable with. So, just have patience with yourself, okay? I do think that even if you're not intending to do that, there is going to be a day, a moment this month or soon where you may need to express this, release this, and let this out. You may be harboring and holding in a lot of energy. You are a fixed earth sign. So yeah, it's not easy for you to really deal with your emotions, let alone express them, right? So you can just be piling things up within your being, within your spirit, within your psyche, and things are just piling up and it's almost like the kettle is overflowing. Okay. So, and that's okay. There's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with that. So it's just something, that, like be gentle with yourself and patient with yourself as you're going through this process. And it's okay to release. You will feel a lot better when you let some of this stuff out. I do think that when we do that, right, like when we tend to hold things in and let things pile up, not only do we release it with tears and, being just overly emotional from time to time, but it also comes out in other ways as well, right? Like, for instance, you can start to feel sick, lethargic, weak, maybe go into a little depression. So it does show itself physically. And then, just moody. Okay. So because of the earthly fixed energy that you have, you can come off really hard. Right. And so I do think that for those of you that are cross-watching or, just some advice for others who are in your environment that are dealing with you this month, they find that you are more moody or more hardened than usual, or you're just not letting up and you're not, being aware or identifying that you're acting like that, it's coming from that place. So, you just want to be careful how you're expressing this and who you're projecting this to, because I don't think it's necessarily their fault. I think it's just more of, maybe stress, obligation, responsibility, things like that. A lot of things that you have to deal with that are coming out this way. And so if the quicker you identify this and the faster that you're able to release all of this stress and release all of these negative or perceived negative concepts, the better you'll start to feel. Okay. And you'll start to see more flow and openness and light come into your life. And, whether or not you want that, I don't know, but it would really help your situation if you did have some more opportunity or positivity coming through, because obviously there's a reason that this is happening. This isn't happening for nothing. So let's see what the cards have to say. You have the Two of Pentacles. It's the first time I'm using this deck. Usually I work with the deck for a little bit before I bring it out to YouTube. I just got it for Christmas. It's the Tarot of the Sorceress, a Witch's Wheel of the Year. Maybe I'll do a flip through on the channel. Thank you to my boyfriend and my daughter. They got me a whole bunch of decks this Christmas, so I'm really excited to get to know them and use them. But I really like this one. Hopefully you guys like it as well. So you have the Two of Earth coming through for your personal energy. So this is Two of Pentacles. Oh, another two. Two of Wands. The Emperor, and then you have the Hierophant. So for this section, I usually pull 3 cards, but 4 came out. The Hierophant is your card. Okay. So I'm not going to keep this out, but I will take note of it. All right. So for your energy, what you are exuding, what you are feeling personally this month. So obviously there's some decision here at hand. You have the Two of Pentacles, so you're sort of juggling things, weighing out your options, trying to figure out, what is best, but at the same time, you're trying not to drop the ball and lose control. I'm feeling more so you're trying not to lose control. So yeah, that can definitely start to create this buildup, right, of stress if you're trying to juggle and keep everything going and keep everything up, okay? The Two of Wands here is a decision. You have to make a choice. I don't know if you want both things or all the things, but within the handful of stuff that you're trying to keep afloat, something needs to go. Okay, you have to release it or relieve yourself of some sort of responsibility or obligation. And I don't know if this is a perception, because the Hierophant here has to do with the things that you stand for, your conviction, what your values, what you see about yourself. Sometimes it is material. It is, of course, right, like this earthly energy, but more so it's your inner core. It's your moral compass, right? So it's like, I am not budging on this because this is what I believe in. This is what I stand for. The Emperor here is saying to me that this has to do with something around leadership or you being in charge of a situation, you being in control of something. It's almost as though there's a concept here that because you're coming through as an Emperor where you're in control, if you let something go or release one of these responsibilities or obligations, or at least enlist some help or delegate in some way, that you're a failure. And that's definitely not the case. Okay. I feel like I'm reading for someone who has, how can I say, like, said yes to everything or put the responsibility on themselves, and somehow, some way they ended up in this status or state of being where everything is riding on them. But I think that that's their perception. I think that if you look around you, you will see that there's help. If you look at the situation clearly, without the ego, without the pride, right? And have some more humility around this, especially coming through with the tear, then you'll see that some of this stuff is not very important. Yes, there are things that are, but there's like other stuff that you've just piled on that is unnecessary or doesn't have to be there, or you don't need to focus on that right now. It's like working harder, right? Not smarter type of energy. But I do think that you're beating yourself up here with the Hierophant. I feel that you're beating yourself up because you think to yourself, if you let something go, then you're a failure and you can't keep everything afloat. I don't even know how to tell you that that is not the situation. That is not the case. This is coming from an extreme ego and stubbornness. No offense. Okay. You are Wonder Woman. You are Superman. You can handle anything. You are your stamina, your strength, your resilience, your persistence, your stubbornness, like all those things. So there's nothing to prove. There you go. That's a big one. What do you have to prove, and who do you have to prove it to? You know, like the people who are in your life that matter understand and know your strength and your ability and your capability, right? You are a leader. You are in control. Like people trust you. So you've, first of all, you don't have to prove anything to anybody, right? But you've already proven yourself throughout your lifetime. So people know, like I said, what you're capable of. This concept, this whatever's happening here is a mental thing, right? Like this is your own standards and your own expectations for yourself. And you don't want to let yourself down, or maybe you're wanting to prove to yourself, okay, well then, I mean, continue down this road, become more stressed, pile the stuff on. And I mean, if that's what you want, then that's what you want. But you don't have to. It doesn't have to be this way. Okay. Let's see what's in your environment. This could be in the form of people, situations, circumstances. What else am I getting from these cards? There's something about light and dark, up and down, the polarity, day and night. It's like 24/7. Like I'm in charge of everything, all the things. You know, I'm on call all the time. I don't know. So, and then also, like, what about your people? You know, whether or not you can delegate this stuff to other people or ask for help. Like, what if other people want the responsibility or want to help? You know, what does that say about them that they cannot lend a hand, or, you know, you don't trust them enough to take control of something or run with something? So, yeah, I mean, the answer here is in your leadership skills and in your ability to lead by example, or in your ability to empower your people, whether this is like a work situation, a family dynamic, a social circle, something, you know. But if you are just this leader or emperor who is stubborn, not budging, not allowing flow and interaction and, you know, people to come in and, you know, help out or give an idea or, you know, take on a project or something like that, and you're just handicapping them. If this is about work, this is not how you build a team. Okay. You should allow the mistakes to happen. You should allow the failure, you know, the lessons to be learned here, for your people. Okay, let's see what's in the environment for the Taurus. Also, this month, probably when you're listening to this, Venus, the planet, your planet, is going into Pisces. At the same time, we're having a Mars-Pluto opposition. So there's a lot of power struggle, power play, conflict, right? People just wanting to make sure that they don't lose control. If you're playing into that, you're out of your element, not because you cannot win. Of course you can win. Of course you're the best. Not because of that. You're out of your element because it's Mars-Pluto that is happening with all the power struggle. Venus, the planet that rules Taurus, is going into Pisces. This is like bringing in the unity. This is bringing in the love. This is bringing in the spirituality and the connection to God, to earth, you know. This is calming things down and finding solutions and looking to more of the creative aspects of people, instead of the power struggle. So this is how you should be coming across, because I'm associating the planet of Venus with you. If you are into the power play and the things that are happening with Mars and Pluto, you're focusing on the wrong things. Okay, if it's the pride and the ego that are motivating you right now, that's not where your focus should be. Your focus should be on humanity. Your focus should be on others, on the people in your life, making sure that they're set up for success, making sure that their creativity and their humanity comes through and shines, because that's what Pisces is about. Venus going into Pisces, right? So something to think about there. In your environment, you have the King of Swords. You have the Three of Wands. So you have the Two of Wands, Three of Wands. I'm hearing the Fallen Angel. You have a lot of eyes on you. You feel like you have a lot of eyes on you. I mean, if you're playing as the Emperor right now and you are in control of a situation, yes, you have all eyes on you. The Emperor always does, right? Because their people are always constantly looking up to them. Whether that's for help, for guidance, for motivation, for leadership, to make sure that they're safe and secure, right? But when the Emperor or the leader or the person in control is clearly going through a situation where they're about to burst, they're about to release, they're about to lose the control, the people, if you're, I'm so sorry to say, but if you're a good leader, your people will rally under you. Your people will be there to support you. Your people will be there to pick up the slack, right? And maybe there's a sense of like guilt because you cannot hold things together and take care of everybody perfectly. I'm getting that strong. Like you can't take care of everybody perfectly, but you can take care of everybody. Does that make sense? Like it may not be to the perfect highest standard that you have for your group or yourself, but it's still taking care of them, which that is the most important part. Okay. So, I just think you feel guilty because you can't take care of them perfectly and you feel like you failed. Okay. So in your environment, I think people might be waiting for you to release this energy, might be waiting for answers, might be waiting for direction. It feels like people are just sort of like on edge, like feeling you out, making sure you're okay, like trying to be there for you, but not disturb you. And so all eyes are on you and they're waiting. But there is somebody here. Wow. You have the King of Air and the Knight of Fire. This is heavy. Not heavy. This is like, what is this? Like explosive for me. It feels explosive. It feels like there's a lot of power behind this person. This person is packed with power. Like they are ready to go. They're ready to do something. All of a sudden, I'm starting to feel this like energy, action. I need to do something. Somebody here wants to take action and they're waiting. They're waiting. I think this person is primed. This person's ready. If this is a person in your environment that you know of that is like second in line or somebody you trust or your partner or, like someone that can take some of this off of your shoulders, they're so ready to go and they are waiting for this opportunity. They've been preparing for it. They've been practicing. They've been studying. They've been taking action, putting things into place, being very strategic. Like, it's like if they know that the day is coming and by the time that this day comes, they need to be prepared, and I do feel that they are prepared and they're just waiting for you to give the okay. And I think I'm feeling really good about it. The only thing that concerns me is that they also feel this sense of like pressure to make you happy. Okay. I'm feeling that strong. They're excited for it and they want to show you what they can offer, but they don't know if it's enough for you. They're scared that it's not going to be good enough. And I don't think that, how can I say this? Like, no offense again. Okay. Your standards, though, for whoever I'm reading for, are so high that I don't think anything anybody does will be enough, will be good enough. It's either you meet your own standard of perfection, and if you don't, then not even you're good enough, right? Like, there's only one outcome when something is good enough for you, and that's when you do it yourself and you meet your highest standard. Other than that, no matter what, nothing anybody does is good enough. I'm so sorry for whoever I'm reading for, but that's how it's coming through. What else here? Yeah, I mean, that's about it. We'll see how this energy plays out. We're going to go into more depth, more detail. If you're listening to this outside of January, my intention is that you do find a message here for you. So you may have been guided here for a reason. Taurus. What else for the Taurus, please? Page of Swords. In the beginning of January, or in the beginning of this 30-day period that's coming up, it's about learning, communicating, getting to know something, getting more familiar with the situation or with a person. You have the Nine of Wands, so your guard is definitely up. Ooh. This is getting interesting. Remember, don't play into the conflict or the fighting. This Queen of Swords can definitely match you. Which, hopefully you like that. Because we're going back to, like, if nobody can satisfy you, right, and do it good enough, whatever this thing is, this person may be able to if you give them the chance. But it does feel like it's coming off a little feisty at times, you know, high pressure moments, or like intense banter or intense like back and forth competition I'm feeling. Which could be a good thing, so you can see what someone is made of, you know. This is a positive thing, okay? No matter if you see this person as your competition or not, I am also feeling that this person may also be like a level under you or something like that, but they are capable of doing what you do or taking control like you or something like that. And I think that it comes off wrong, or it comes off competitive. But Temperance here is saying, like, no, like, this is a peer, or this is a partner. This is, you know, your person, or something like that. Like, maybe you and your partner are going at it or something, like there's a power struggle within the home or the family or something like that. But at the end of the day, you are tight. You're united. And that's how it should be. And maybe it doesn't feel like that right now, because I'm feeling that with the Nine of Wands here, that the walls and the guards are up. But I'm sorry, I'm also feeling like if this is about a situation where it's you and your partner, this person has a way with words, okay? And there could be a moment where this person can say something that triggers this moment of expression and you breaking. And it's okay. Like, I'm not even saying this to trigger you, you know, but it's okay to let it out. It's okay to express this. It's okay to say, you know, there's so much going on. There's so much that I'm having. I need help. I'm stressed out. I'm overwhelmed. like whatever it is, you know? I mean, that's where the humanity comes out. That's where people, like everybody goes through these moments. There is also a moment where things feel like they are getting better. The Temperance here is coming through with compassion, with love, with patience. And maybe your Queen of Swords, male or female, gets an opportunity to console you and nurture you, but also comes across very clear and truthful and authentic, right? So this is like, again, they have a way with words. So they're helping you break down the situation that you're going through emotionally and intellectually, right? Like in your mind. So maybe through counseling or therapy, or even if it's just you and your partner, you and a friend, something like that. However it is, this person has the capability to communicate and articulate in a way that is very clear to you. And it breaks it down and it makes you see the truth of what it is that you're really going through, you know, so you can understand it better and process it in a way where it's like, okay, like you can let your guard down. You can let this control go. But not without some initial defensiveness, for sure. What else for the Taurus? 6 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, the Sun, and the 7 of Cups. So the next couple of weeks or so, you do have options, which is great. You also have people coming through to help. The universe is putting you in the right place at the right time with the right people. I'm getting that some of you see how others are struggling or like becoming impacted because of your struggle, your inner struggle, right? Because I do think that this is coming along with like a waiting period or something like that. Like there's time is a factor here in some way. Maybe because you haven't made a decision or you haven't made a move or whatever, people are waiting on you, you know, and you're starting to see how your behaviors, your actions, whatever, are impacting others. But the Sun comes through and it's telling me that it's going to bring options. It's going to bring answers and solutions for you as long as you can identify them and see them. There's this like contrast again of the light and dark coming through here, right? Because you have like the 9 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, like very closed, defensive, lack mentality. You know, I don't have enough. I can't do this. I can't do that. But then you have like Temperance and the Sun coming through and saying like, no, yes, you can. Let me prove it to you. Here's this opportunity. Here's this blessing. You know, here's the answer. Here's the solution in some way. And again, you do have people here to support you as well. So what else, please? King of Cups. Ooh, the Chariot. Page of Pentacles. And Judgment. I do think that at the end of the month or at the end of this 30-day cycle that things come full circle. But how you end this situation, the results that you get, you know, what Judgment is bringing is going to depend on your ability to get out of this situation that you're in. All right. So the quicker you can do that, the faster that you can start to enlist the help of other people who are ready to go, the faster you can start to implement your plans or, attack some of these goals that you may have made in the beginning of January, or I don't know. It's like, I feel that you need to finalize some things and you should have done that a while back, but you're working on it now, which is fine. It's just, again, the timing of it is important. I'm also feeling time with the Chariot coming through. Like, at some point, the switch is happening. At some point, the change is happening. You're about to exit. I always use that analogy, but you're about to exit, from the path that you've been on. And you know that the exit is coming. So that's why you're trying to finalize things and make sure that everybody is good and everything is good before you veer off to the other side. So, it's still responsibility. It's all strategy. And the Emperor does come with that sense of strategy. I just think that you're second guessing yourself and you're hesitating, which is natural. Okay. So somebody with so much power and control of a situation. Yes. Especially if you experienced failure recently, or, made a mistake recently or something like that. Like, okay, like, yeah, you don't want to go through that again. And there's a little bit of trauma there, but you're still an emperor. You're still the leader. You're still the one that everybody is relying on. So whether you're confident about your moves or you're not, you still have to make a move. Okay. But there's opportunity here. I do think that you're starting. Well, yeah, like I said, you're about to exit, which means that once you exit, you're starting a new phase. Okay. And Judgment is like, it's time. I'm coming for you. You're supposed to be here now. This is where I'm placing you now. So are you ready, type of thing? And this person, whoever is going to take your place, needs to also be ready. So there's a lot to think about, Taurus, and I understand why you may be so stressed. So just try to take a few breaths, try to take time for yourself to breathe, to meditate, get some good sleep, make sure that you're hydrating and that you're eating right. If you're spending a lot of time throughout the day and night, like overworking or overstressing, overdoing yourself, it's not going to give you the best results, right? So the meditation, the amethyst and meditation card here is coming through for a reason, to release and calm your mind and release some of these thoughts that are giving you a lot of tension and stress. All right, let's go into an oracle card and get a good takeaway message for you. What is good for the Taurus to know? Whoa. Commitment. All right. So number 13 is the card of commitment. Sorry. And it says, the frequency of commitment supports our ability to devote ourselves in all aspects of our being and with unwavering belief. I don't think that you have to commit. I think you're already committed. I think what this is saying is that you need to remember that you're committed. You need to remember why you've committed, right? The love for this person, the love for this situation, the love for these group of people, the love for the job, or like whatever it is, right? You've committed yourself to it. And the concept of that is probably bringing on some stress. But I think it's more of, why did you commit to begin with? Go back to that moment where you were excited and you were all in. What drove you to feel that way, right? When you said yes and when you took on all of this, why did you do that? Why did you say yes? You were motivated. You wanted, maybe it was for like family, love, money, status, job, like whatever it is, whatever it was that motivated you, that you believed in. Go back to the reason why you committed to this to begin with. Okay. All right, Taurus, that is your reading for January. Hope you got something out of it. Please like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. Happy New Year. I hope you have a wonderful 2025, and we'll see you on the next one, okay? Bye.